It's the 22nd of April today, and we're not in lockdown per se, but virtually everyone has disappeared now. You know, all the restaurants are closed, I believe. Everything is closed. People are still allowed to go out and walk around, and there's no curfew. These guys must know something I don't. This is the Indian-owned Irish pub. It's having a major refurbishment. Spent a lot of money on that, so they must be expecting some trade soon. Now we're going to go down here. The latest situation may mean a glimmer of good fortune for me, because I'm about to venture where a brave man like me would never normally go nowadays. You've heard me describe it before, but this is what I call Massage Alley. And it used to be a really nice part of town, but it subsequently got infested with massage parlours and very aggressive massage girls that hang around outside grabbing you and asking you if you want a bloody massage, which I don't. I'm too old for eroticism, and I hate having people putting their hands on me, so Thai massage hurts anyway. Even if there is no happy ending, I can't stand it. So that is, but the latest edict from the government said that all massage parlours need to close. So, and can we be lucky? It would be the only glimmer of good fortune since the main lockdown ended. In the main lockdown, all the massage parlours were closed, and it was joy. Now look at this. This has happened in the last 10 days since I was here. I haven't been into Patong for 10 days. Once Songkran started, they started putting all the roadblocks up to check people for drinking and driving and whatever, so I decided not to bother. Now, I've described this hotel before. This is one of the very first hotels I stayed at on one of my very first trips to Patong Beach. And it's still going. Way back in the day, many years ago, they used to have quite a nice Filipino band that played over there under that portico. And these traffic levels are about the same now as in the first lockdown. Yes, it is quiet, and I don't see any massage girls. This building here was one of my favourites. This was a very good restaurant and cocktail bar, and I used to hang out in there at night, just looking through the windows, watching the world go by, all the hundreds and hundreds of tourists parading up and down. And I've been in there with my mom, and I used to love it. Standing on the other side of the road now. Now, over here, before it was developed, used to be a mall that stretched all the way back there. Really rough and ready place with local bars, local restaurants and bars, and on that site, you know, roughly the coffee house site, was an incredibly long-standing Australian bar. Been there since before I started coming to Thailand, and I used to love sitting inside here looking at all the action in the bars over there. It was really, really good. Unfortunately, I've searched and I've searched, but unfortunately I don't have any photos of it. It's a great shame, but that's one of the reasons I remember this place. Patronage was always a little bit thin, and eventually it closed, and it was closed for a hell of a long time, and reopened was just shot. So another Irish pub there. I'm not sure if that was ever reopened. Oh yes, the massage parlours are closed. Joy of joys. Smile of smiles. This is the land of smiles at the moment, because I'm not being pestered by massage girls. Being a miserable old bastard, that means a lot. Oh yes. Quiet, quiet, quiet. This was, funnily enough, I only ever remember sitting at this bar once, but ever since the first lockdown was eased, this place was open, and I never bothered coming back to sit there, mainly because there was bloody massage girls over there, and they would piss me off. But I guess it's closed now, and been down there once, many years ago. Can't remember when. And it does strike me, it makes me remember what happened probably a year ago now, when the first lockdown just started to ease. The most adventurous businesses started to open up. Just little people on the street selling stuff, one or two bars open, only the hole in the wally type things, you know. One by one they realised that they couldn't sustain it, so it all fell off again. Well, here we are again, almost back where we started. Knock on wood, at least I can get into town. They haven't sealed off the tambons from each other, which is good. I was hoping to go in here on my birthday, which end of June, but I have no great expectations at this rate. I don't think it'll be open and business as normal even by then. Prove me wrong. Come on. And if I can pick my way through this wonderful piece of civil engineering. This is the east end of Soy Bangla, which should be completely closed. Funny, my good friend Phil from England told me the other day that I really ought to cheer up. I seem down and miserable, and I ought to smile more. Well, if you can show me anything to smile about round here, then I'm willing to hear your suggestions. It's not like this has been going on for a couple of weeks, you know, I can put up with that. But it's been like this for about a year and a half now. And it's starting to get very old. And I'm stuck here, I can't get out. Prisoner in a padded cell. and also the nagging thought at the back of one's mind that it will never be the same again with immigration restrictions and whatever, even when the borders open. Who knows? It may be that in 2 or 3 years COVID will just have descended to the level of flu and no one will worry about it anymore, but 2 or 3 years is a long way in the future, and until that time not being able to travel is going to be somewhat terminal. Look at it on the other side. Compared to the local people who had all of their income snatched away from them, who am I to complain? I'm just terminally bored and fighting off depression, that's all. And anxiety as well. Who am I to complain? Flushed with success, we turn back down Massage Alley for one more transit. Actually, there were some massage girls on the road that runs parallel to this, hiding. They weren't on the streets, but they were hiding in their shops, going, "Hello, massage." I just told them to fuck off. They shouldn't be open. My politeness has deserted me. I note that the Isan tree surgeons have successfully killed this tree. Only another couple of dozen to go down there and it should look like a complete shithole. I must admit it'll be a cold day in hell before I go in there, even if it's the only pub in town open. I ain't going into an Irish pub owned by India. No bloody way. Lord, a nice sea breeze is heading back to where the bikers parked. Oh, that's good. That's very good. The sea is a beautiful colour today. And now the rainy season has started, of course. It's not going to be kind of puce and flat calm. It's going to be much nicer looking than that. It's beautiful aquamarine colour out there. Beautiful. And memory lane again over here. As I've said on a couple of other videos, this was the site of the original Rock City. A wonderful, wonderful place that was. Opened and owned by a Swedish guy. Rock City 2 wasn't even in the same league. By that time he passed it over to the local gangsters and they soon sorted everything out. They must have been planning an international bee festival, but I'm afraid it's been cancelled. Oh well, here we are, walk over. That will be over 3 miles, so that's pretty good. It's, despite all my moaning, it's nice to be back to do a full walk in Patong, which I can only do thanks to the massage parlours being closed. Otherwise I have to do 2 shorter ones to eliminate them in the middle. But anyway, I've got to get home before it rains, so I don't suppose you enjoyed it, but thanks for walking with me.